Hi guys, I'm Angel and he's
Ryan.
And we're the readers.
Yes, we
are back for another session of Q&A. So we're going to hop right in and start with our first question.
Here we go.
Here we go.
If someone wrote a biography about you, what do you think the title would be? Or should be, whatever. Biography about you, not an autobiography, but a biography. What do you think the title should be?
That's a good question. I don't know. What do you think about you?
What do I think about me? I think that a title, a biography about me, should be titled, I don't know. What do you think? So it's like about your life. I'll be honest with you, the first answer came to my mind. The first two words was empathetic fool. And that's because I tend to, when somebody's sad, sorrowful, happy, I tend to join in with them. I tend to be able to put myself in their place. And which leads to problems because I tend to, like one of my brothers used to like take advantage of that empathy and be able to get me to do stupid stuff. So yeah, it leads down, if you're too empathetic, if you're too sympathetic and empathetic, then you can make a fool out of yourself by letting people take advantage of you. Now that has changed in large part. So that would be one. That's the first one that popped in my head.
Oh gosh, I'm like drawing a blank. I can't think of anything.
The Traveler. I traveled a lot as a kid. I did. Went to 13 different schools before I graduated high school. And now for every degree in college, I've went to a different school. Every single degree I
don't know. I don't know about me. Maybe Angel. Born to shop. Forced to work. I love to shop.
True story. She does.
I do love to shop, and I love a bargain. Speaking of bargains, let me tell you all about a bargain I got today.
Okay.
You're not going to let me tell about my bargain?
Tell you about your bargain.
Okay, so I go to Belk today, and I found a comforter that I wanted. And so I was shopping through the bedding section, found the comforter, and scanned it with my Belk app to see how much it was. And it was priced $40 something to $56. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's not terrible. Well, I had a $10 Belk rewards. And so anyways, I decided that I was going to go ahead and get it and change out our comforter in our bedroom. And the girl rang it up, and I gave her my $10 Belk rewards coupon. And she's like, do you have your Belk card? And I said, I do. She's like, do you want to swipe it and see if you have any more Belk rewards? And I said, sure, why not? So I'm thinking, I probably don't have any more Belk rewards because they had sent me that, which was $10. So she said, oh, you have $40. Would you like to use it? And I said, absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't? And she did whatever she was doing and put my Belk rewards in there. And she said, your total is $6.80. And I'm like, oh snap, that is a good deal. And just so you know, the comforter was $160 regular price. It was on sale 65% off. And I got it for a whopping $6.80. Yes, I should have had it over here to show y'all, but I didn't know we were going this route. So anyways, back to our Q&A.
What was the very first thing you thought about me?
Oh, the very first thing I thought about him. Well, the first thing I noticed about him was his laugh. And it was very infectious. Yes. And so then I thought, oh, he's cute. And it was over.
Downhill from there.
I mean, it was over before it started. I knew I loved him then. And so he didn't love me at the time, but
I thought she was cute when she started talking to me. Because she is. She's pretty.
I had my moments.
So if the question was what's the first thing that I thought you were funny.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he thought I was funny.
I thought she was freaking hilarious.
Most of the time I'll say to him, "You're funny." And what is your response?
You're the funny one.
I'm the funny one.
She says stuff. She asked if my dad was a pastor.
I said, "Is your dad a preacher?" And he practically laughed in my face. He said, "If you knew my dad, you wouldn't ask that question." And I'm
my
like,
dad's a great guy, but Lord help him.
Oh, yes.
He ain't no pastor.
Oh, far from pastor.
Oh, Lord.
When I first met him, that was like, I'm like holding on to Ryan. I'm like, and then Ryan forgot his tie. We were going to the football banquet, and Ryan forgot his tie, and we had to go back to his house. And so I went in and I met his mom and dad. And the first thing, now people, if somebody that you had never met was scruffy looking, and I'm sure he didn't have a shirt on, because half the time he didn't wear one, or it was unbuttoned all the way down.
I'd say it's probably just unbuttoned.
And the first words that his father said to me was, "Well, hello, beautiful." And I'm like, oh my Lanta.
And to set the scene really well, we were living in somebody's basement at the time. So we parked, and we instead of going to the house, we went like to the side of the house and into the basement, and that's where Mom and Dad were, because that's where we were living.
Yeah. It really
every male. Mom didn't scare her.
No.
But every male in my household frightened her the first time they met her.
Well, we're like kind of getting off, but you people that are watching our videos may enjoy this, and he has hit the nail on the head. Every one of them. His father.
She ended up loving them all.
Oh, absolutely.
But
my father-in-law. He had cancer in 94, and he had esophageal cancer, and his speech had gotten bad from like his chemotherapy and stuff. But the first time I met him was hello, beautiful, and then pretty much every time that I talked to him on the phone, that's what he said. And gosh, I miss that now. I miss his voice and saying hello, beautiful to me. But yes, he scared me. My brother-in-law, Stephen, loves Steve to death. But yes, he frightened me.
Well, he just checked himself out of a psych ward.
Yes.
So there's that.
Yes.
And he came out of the bushes when I went to pick him up. But
now when did I meet Marcus for the first time?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he was drunk.
Could have been. But I'm sure I was frightened by him, and then Dennis, which I call Denny, and that's what they pretty much call him. But
and Denny's he's
the
like
first
my size.
time,
Not my size, but tall and he can be overbearing.
Oh, the first time I met him, they were living downtown in an apartment, and I'm pretty sure your parents were gone.
They were living in Florida.
They were living in Florida at the time, and his brother rolled up at the apartment. Ryan opened the door and he said, "Hey, let's roast a pig out here." Ryan's like, "You can't dig up stuff and roast a pig right
Literally,
here."
he's like, "Hey," "where would be a good place for me to dig a hole to cook this pig?" I'm like, "I live in an apartment building. No place would be a good place to dig a hole."
Who does that?
And,
but I love Denny too. Denny is a good brother-in-law.
Who does that? And I'm like, my brother. That's who does that.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, his family's a little frightening.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so
what's the accomplishment you're most proud of? That'll be the last question. That's 10 minutes.
Well, I would probably say that I have two accomplishments that I'm extremely proud of. And that is our marriage, first and foremost. That we have been married 29 years. And when things were tough and are tough, that we found a way to work through those times. Because we want to be together. And so for us to have been married 29 years and been together 31 years, that is a huge accomplishment in my book, and something that I'm extremely proud of. And I would have to say my second thing that I'm proud of was that I worked at Walmart for 29 years, that I held down my job for 29 years at Walmart, and that I made numerous friends there that are like family, and I learned a lot of things. And if anything that Walmart did for me, probably cracked my shell a little bit, because I used to be an introvert.
She was. And she used to get mad when I called her an introvert.
Yeah.
She thought I was calling her something hateful.
I thought he was calling me names. But prior to starting my job at Walmart, I was a much quieter person. And working retail, especially at Walmart, you have people that come in every week, the same day every week, that become kind of like family to you, and you build relationships. You learn how to talk to people. And so I'm extremely proud of the fact that I was able to work a job at Walmart for 29 years. I feel like that is a great accomplishment for me, because when I went in and put in my application, believe you me, I didn't want a job. And
that's an understatement.
I would have never dreamt that 29 years that I would you have thought I'd have been there 29 years?
Every day she came home and she's like, "You made me get a job there." If she had a bad day, she's like, "It's your fault."
It's his fault. It's always his fault.
You told me to put an application in there.
It's always his fault, no matter what it is. What was it? Something happened the other day, and I'm like, "It's your fault." And he's like, "I wasn't even there."
And then her answer is usually, "Well, you should have been."
Yes.
So I've heard that before.
All right. So, what's your?
Oh, by far, our marriage is our marriage, and not just marriage, not just staying together, but our relationship is by far the one thing I'm the most proud of. It brings the most joy to my life. It's that simple. Everything else we've figured out in 30 years. Everything else comes and goes. The Bible tells us that when you get married, you cleave to your spouse and you become one. And we've had issues. There's been times when we didn't think there's been times when we didn't think we were gonna get through and stay together. But we have figured out a way every single time.
And that always goes back to having God be the center of our marriage.
When God isn't the center, that's when it's easier to look back and figure that out. But when we're in the midst of, when we're having our issues, we're like, hey, think about this for a minute. It's like, when was the last time we talked to God? You know, what have we been doing? We haven't been going to church. We haven't been doing things we're supposed to. So yeah, how about we start doing that? And you know what? It's funny. It's not like the problems disappear. But when I have a good relationship with God, when my relationship with God is right, I'm a better husband.
Same.
It's really that simple.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. God helps me to be a better husband and a better teacher and a better coach, a better everything, a better friend.
Don't let him fool you guys. He's a good guy all the time. And people know that. He would never brag on himself, but he is a very,
anyways,
very, very good
okay,
person.
so we're over time. And love y'all. And Isaiah, Hannah, we love you.
Absolutely.
And I know you two are watching. Hannah is watching because Isaiah's probably making her. And everybody else out there, it's not that we don't care about you either. We do. We love you guys.
We love all of our friends and family.
If you are a part of our family and friends, and if you've bothered to watch this to this point, to 16 minutes in, then know that we love you and we care about you. If we forget to say it every once in a while. This should be going out about right after the holidays, somewhere in early January, and just know that we love you guys.
Yes,
and I hope you have a great New Year.
Yes, if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please
Absolutely,
do so.
subscribe.
Please subscribe. Also, you can ring the bell for notifications. You can follow us on Facebook under the Readers, and so we
like.
Yes.
Hit the like button.
Hit the like. Give us a thumbs up. And we hope you guys have a great day.
Merry
Bye,
Christmas.
guys.